All right. So this is the other option that I'm going to show you, and it's called the no flip solution. So we don't need these pull vector controls, but this solution can work in addition to a pull vector control. So we're just going to select these. I'm going to select these really quick. And I am going to click up to get to their group. Well, let's just frame it and look at it. Okay, we're going to delete the whole thing there. We're going to go to the other side, find that. It's right here. Go to the orient group. We'll delete that. So we're back to square one. Great. Okay. So what we're going to do is this no flip solution. And what that requires is we need to add a couple custom attributes to our controls. So we have a left side and a right side. I'm going to select both of them and go up to edit in my channel box and go to add attribute. And this will add the same attribute to both sides. So I'm going to call the first one knee, and it's a float. And don't worry about anything else, and just click add. There we go. It's right there. And then the second one we're going to add is called our knee underscore offset. Same thing, another float. We're going to add that. And we're going to close it. Okay, what we're going to do is some great little trickery, and we're going to be using our node editor for this. So the first thing we want to do is we're going to go to our left IK ankle right here. And in our channel box, we'll notice that there are these pull vector X, Y, and Z attributes. And what we're going to do is on pull vector X, we're going to change it to a value of 0.1. Enter. And then we're going to change pull vector Y and Z to 0. Woo! I'm kidding. It's supposed to do that. Okay, so what it has done is it has snapped those rotations all the way around, and it's kind of broken it. But what we're going to do is we're going to use those extra attributes that we created to function on this twist. The knee offset is going to set the knee back to where it should be. And then our other knee attribute we're going to use on top of that to give us a twist functionality in our rig. So what we need to do is we need to pull up our node editor. And the node editor is under Windows, and it's just under the outliner. And it was going to come up and it's going to show you all this crazy stuff. Okay, we don't need to see all this crazy stuff. So we're going to click this little sparkly button to clear the graph. And then we want to grab two things to add with this little plus button here to our node editor. We want our left IK, and move this over here, and we'll shift select. We also want our left foot control, like that. Then we'll come over here and we'll click the little plus button. And it's going to give us these three things. We don't need our shape node, so move that over. You can ignore that. It just pops in. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to be connecting things from our left leg over to our left IK. And if you click this button right here twice, every time you click it, it expands it a little more. We expand it really big, and we can see here's our attributes that we have here. Okay, and we want to connect it to our twist attribute. But what we want to do is we want to add these two values together. So what we're going to do, we're going to select our left leg control. Let's see, a little bigger. And I'm going to select the left leg control, and I'm going to go to my knee offset, and I'm going to type in 90. Okay, now I need a way to add these together. Okay, in the node editor, you have access to all sorts of like great nodes for basically like visual scripting. So if you click this little plus button in your node editor, it's the very first one, click that. It's going to show you, it looks a lot like your Hypershade menu. You'll see all these shaders, but you can actually find utilities, and these utilities give you a lot of different things. The thing that we want to use is called a plus minus average node. And if I can find it here, there's pre-multiply. Let's see. It's one of these in here. And these will do all sorts of different things that are really handy. The reverse node is going to flip um, whatever value you put into it from 0 to 1, and it will reverse it to be an opposite number. And let's see. The easiest and fastest way, let's see. Utility, math, no. Let's see, where is it at in here? You could search in here, which is totally fine, but really the easiest thing to do is if you come in here and you click on your tab tool, and you can just start typing the name of the node. We want a plus minus average, and there it is. I click on that, it's going to create this node. If you come over to your attribute editor, you're going to notice some of the options in here. And this is where you can change the operation from sum to subtract to average or no operation. We're just going to use sum. And we're going to open this up a couple times. And we just have a one-dimensional attribute, right? Unlike translate, which is three-dimensional. It has three channels to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our knee and we're just going to click on that bubble on the right side. We're going to move that up and we're going to put it in input 1D0 right here. As soon as we do that, it's automatically going to create another option for us. So we're going to come back down and we're going to click our knee offset. We're going to click that and up on input 1D1. So now it is adding those, and we need to take the output of what is added and put it into our twist. So I'm going to scoot this over so you can see our knee is wonderfully jacked up right now. Let's see, it is twisted there, so I'm going to take my 1D output and I'm going to connect it to my twist attribute on my left IK ankle. And now it snaps it right back to where we want it to, which is most excellent. Now, that's it. You have pretty much set it up. So now you can see the functionality of it. So it is going to react pretty much exactly how you would expect it to react. Now, as soon as your ankle and your hip joint get close, there's really nothing you can do. It just is going to tweak out a little bit. But even here, it's not so bad. So it gives us a lot of that functionality. On top of that, we can come over to our knee attribute and come out here and middle mouse click and drag, and we can get added twist. It will already twist with our foot, and we can offset that here. Maybe we only want our knee to twist a little bit of that value and stay mostly pointing straight. And now that we have this, we actually don't need this knee offset. We don't want our animators to mess with that. Okay, it's just containing this information to get our knee twisted back to the right position. So we're going to click on that attribute in our channel box, and then we'll right click on it, and we are going to go and we're going to lock and hide the selected. So now it's gone. We don't have to worry about anyone messing with it. It's a little bit of a pain to get it back, so they're pretty much going to leave it alone, which is great. So let's do that one more time on the right side. So I'll bring back up my node editor, and I'm going to clear it out again. And now this time I'm going to come over to my outliner, and I'm going to collapse the left leg. I'm going to open up the right leg, and I want the right leg control, and then I can control click the right IK ankle. And I'm going to add this to my node editor with the little plus there. So it adds that, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to move that out of our way. We don't need the shape, just pulls it in. And we're going to pull up our right leg control and our right IK. I'm going to open that up a couple times so we can see all the attributes that we want. And then with our right IK selected, we're going to change the value back to 0.1 on pull vector X, and then we're going to change our vector Y and Z to 0. It's going to do the same thing. It's going to twist our knee 90 degrees. So we're going to go back to our right leg. I'm selected here or selected in the node editor. It will all pull up. I'm going to type in 90 to my knee offset, and then I need to create that plus minus average node. So I will just hit tab in my node editor and type plus, and there it is. It's minus average. We're going to open that up, and I've got to open up my input 1D so I can get to the first option. And I'm going to take my knee output and select it to my plus minus average input. And then I'm going to do the same thing. My knee offset output goes to the input of the plus minus node, option 2. So now they're being added, but nothing's connected over here. So you'll notice we're not getting our wonderful twist back. So we're going to take our output 1D, and we're going to pipe that right back into the twist. Oop. And you'll notice we have everything reversed. So our plus is twisting us 180 degrees. So I need to just change my, I'm going to try something here. There we go. If we change our pull vector X to negative 0.1, it's going to twist it the right way. The other thing we can do is we can go to our knee offset and type in negative 90, and we'd be good to go again there. And that is it. We have got that set up. So I'll close that. You'll notice the same functionality. Yay, it's twisting. Okay, we want to hide that knee offset again. We don't want anyone messing with it. So we are going to go lock and hide selected. And now we are fully functional again. So we have both of our legs. They both have a knee attribute that will twist back and forth. Okay. One last thing that I'll show you, you'll notice when I select both of them and I twist my knee, it is twisting both of them the same direction. If you want a mirrored functionality, we can go back to our node editor, and instead of just piping a straight value in, we can reverse that value. So we'll hit our tab key. We're going to type reverse, to get our reverse node. And we just have one input here, input X, to our output X. So we're going to take our output of our plus minus node, we're going to put it into our input X on our reverse node, and output to the twist. Oh, except now I have to go back to my right IK and change it back to 0.1 so that it is twisting the right way again. And that should do it. So that reverse node just flips it. So we should get an opposite twist going with our knees. So now they're going in and out, and they're mirroring each other, just like our legs do. So, and that is it. So you can choose either way, the method that I showed in the last video or this one. It's just up to you what you would prefer. And different animators prefer different things. And there's a myriad of little things that you can do to change this up. But this is a real good base that is great in any rig. So thanks for watching. Next up, we're going to start tackling our arms. Awesome.